Let's look now at creating more shapes and editing shape parameters. Over here in my shape tool, you'll see a lot of these tools, the pen tool, the type tool, have this tiny little black arrow at the bottom of the tool button there. That means that this is actually a set or a drawer of tools. So all I need to do is click and hold on that tool button and it will open up a drawer so that I can access various other similar tools in there. So first of all, I've got my rectangle tool, rounded rectangle, an ellipse, polygon, star, and at the bottom a flare tool. We've already had a look at the rectangle tool and what we can do with it. I'm going to pop down now to my rounded rectangle tool, a rectangle with rounded corners, over to my ellipse, a polygon, so a many-sided shape, a star, and finally this one here, the flare tool, which doesn't really fit inside this set of tools. Not so much a shape, but more of an effect. So we tend to leave this one alone. I'm going to select that and delete that now. Okay, so we've got a number of different shapes that we can create here. Let's take a look at doing some more with these shape tools. I'm going to select all of these using my black arrow and just hit the delete key on my keyboard to clear them all. Okay, back to my shape tools. Now we've seen what we can do with the rectangle tool, but if I hold down the shift key, it will lock that rectangle into being a perfect square. Remember, in Illustrator, shift constrains everything that I do. Again, be sure to let go of your mouse before you let go of the shift key, otherwise you're going to end up with a rectangle. Okay. Same goes now for my rounded rectangle if I want to lock that into a rounded cornered square. Same also goes for my ellipse tool. This becomes a perfect circle. Okay, what about when I get to a shape like a polygon that has a number of parameters? I get to choose how many sides it has. So, just like earlier we created a rectangle of a particular size, if I want to set any parameters for a particular shape, rather than clicking and dragging out that shape, I simply click. And this will pop up a dialog box that will let me set any parameters that exist for that shape. With a polygon, I can choose the radius, so the size, and then I can choose the number of sides that I want. Once I've set parameters for a shape, those parameters will stick there until I go back and click and change those parameters. And then these new parameters will stay there. You'll notice we don't have a triangle tool here. A triangle is simply a three-sided polygon. Another useful trick to be aware of when drawing various shapes, you'll see at the moment my shapes are drawing from the top corner down. And this can make it sometimes hard to place a shape in a particular position. Say for example I was trying to create a shape, a circle in the center of this other circle here. Now it's quite difficult for me to line that up and find the center by doing it that way. If I place my cursor in the center of that circle and now hold down the Option key, Alt on a PC, you'll find that your cursor changes slightly and now my shape will draw out from the center instead of from the corner. And this can make it much easier to line shapes up. Remember again, holding Shift in order to lock my shape, constrain my shape into, in this case, a perfect circle.